Welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I have another Christmassy recipe to share with you. Today we're going to be making gebrannte Mandeln or candied almonds, and these are a staple for any Christmas market in Germany. So I use a 2:1 ratio of almonds to sugar to water, but you could just as easily do a 2:2 ratio. So 2 parts almonds, 2 parts sugar, and then 1 part of water if you want them to be a little bit more sweet and sugary. But I like the 2:1 ratio. So I'm going to be using 200 grams of almonds, 100 grams of sugar, 100 milliliters of water. I'm also going to add in a good pinch of salt and like half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now the only tools you're going to need for this recipe is a pan and a little spatula. Now the first thing we're going to do is add in our sugar, the cinnamon, salt, and the water into our pan. I'm going to give this one quick mix with my spatula to make sure some of that sugar is dissolved. Now at this point we can move over to our stove and we're going to heat up our sugar water on medium-high heat until it comes to a nice boil. Now as it's heating up, you want to mix it around every now and then to make sure that all the sugar dissolves. I'm going to let this boil for like a couple minutes before I add in my almonds. Now we're going to let this cook on medium heat until all the water evaporates and the sugar starts getting dry, and you want to mix quite frequently at this point. Now this usually takes a couple minutes. I'd say maybe like 5 to 6 minutes for all the water to evaporate. I turn the heat down just a little bit so it's more on like a medium-low. Now that most of the water has evaporated, it's essential that you keep mixing it around because else it'll burn. Now we're basically going to keep mixing this around until the sugar has crystallized and become dry like it has on the sides of the pan. So the sugar looks really crumbly now. So at this point we can keep mixing until it just about starts to melt again, and then they're done. We're going to let these cool off on a baking tray until they're completely cooled off before breaking them apart. Now depending on how you want your almonds to look in the end, you're either going to cook them a little bit longer or a little bit less. Now I like having a mix of the more dull but crumbly sugar, but also some of the more shiny, smooth sugar mixture on my almonds. So I kind of wait until about half of them have turned back into the smooth sugary mixture, and the other half is still rather crumbly. But if you prefer them all to be crumbly, you want to just make sure to take them out before they hit that point where the sugar starts melting again, once it's become that crumbly mixture. But that is totally up to you, and you can do this however you want. You can also add different flavors. You can add different spices or even some vanilla as well to give them a little bit more flavor. So that's going to be everything for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, you can give it a thumbs up. And as always, the whole recipe is going to be in the description box below.